Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. This one is kind of like a book review, but more of like an author review because it's two books by the same author and I have things to say about them. So I'm going to say them. Now, onto the books. The first one is A Darker Shade of Magic and the second one is Vicious. And they are both by the author V.E. Schwab, I think that's how you pronounce it. And they are good books, question mark. The first one, nearly dropped it. The first one is about a magician called Kel. He can portal to different versions of London. There is Grey London, which is our London. There is Red London, which is where Kel comes from. And there is White London, which is like evil London. Red and white both have magic in them. There was a Black London, but it disappeared or something. It's not there anymore. So the concept seems really cool, right? And I was really into it. Like, he's got this coat that like has loads of different sides to it. So like whenever he's in a different London, he can like switch it up so he looks like, so he like blends in. So it's like little things like that. It's quite quirky. It's quite cool. He can do spells. And I was really into it for like the first half, and then I just found it really hard to keep picking up again. But I did finish it because I used to like give up on a lot of books when I was younger, whereas now, like as a writer and someone who has written quite a few novels, I understand the undertaking of writing and finishing a novel. So I feel like I owe it to the authors to, if I'm going to buy their book, to finish it. Like even if I'm not really enjoying it, like even if it's a year later, I will get back to it and I will read it, because I know, like from personal experience, how insulting it is when someone gets your book and doesn't read it or tries to read it and gives up. It's like a stab in the heart. So I finished this book and it's the first one of a trilogy, but I didn't buy the second book of the trilogy. I bought another book by the same author, which is a different story. So this is a story about two college guys who end up getting superpowers. One has the ability to give and take pain away, and the other one kind of has like regenerative powers, like he heals really quickly, and also he doesn't age from the point he got his powers. Which again, really cool concept, right? I love superpowery things, so I was intrigued. And again, I got about halfway through and I started to really struggle picking it back up again. And I was like, this has happened twice with the same author, different stories. What's the dealio? And I realised it's because I don't care about any of these characters at all. Like, if they all died at the end, cool. Which is really annoying because as a writer, I get so excited about writing new characters. Like, I have whole like pin boards and I have posters and I have mind maps and I have like whole things. I have like stories about these characters that aren't even in the actual novel. It's just like backstory that makes them the way they are. Like, I get proper into it. And so it's really annoying when these characters just seem like really half-assed. Like Kel in this one, I feel like his personality is that he's a magician. I finished the book and I was like, okay, so what was his personality? He doesn't have a personality. He's just a person that stuff happens to. And it's kind of like, it's half-assed in the sense it's like, okay, he can do cool things, so that makes him entertaining. But it's like, but no. Like, you have to have some sort of quality to you. And it's the same thing with these guys. Like, again, they have powers, so it's like, okay, there's a person with powers, that's cool. But the actual person is really dull. The whole point of... So Victor's the guy who can, with the pain, and Eli's the one who can heal. So Eli has a god complex, and he feels like it is his duty to kill all the other people that have powers. because they are unnatural. But his power is fine, because if he can heal, then clearly that's God saying that he should like stick around because he can't die. But again, can he die? Like if he cut off his head, would he die? Like that's not really explained. So that's his whole personality. His personality he has a God complex. And Eli's personality is he's a bit sadistic because he can give people pain, and he ends up just doing it for no reason, because it's kind of like the ultimate power corrupts thing, which yeah, I get. But again, it's very lazy because that's all they have to themselves is that one trait. And this is part of a duet, so there's another book to this. And it's like, do I care about what happens to these characters? No, because again, like the whole way through this book, like Victor's whole mission is to stop Eli, but it's never actually mentioned if he can actually kill him. So it's there's a bit at the end where, spoiler alert, there's like a standoff, and Eli's like, but you can't kill me, bruh. And and Victor's like, no, but I'm gonna enjoy trying. What's that gonna solve? Like, you're gonna like have a bit of fun torturing the guy, but ultimately, what's that gonna solve? So yeah, it's all just really pointless. And then in this book there is one interesting character that I really liked, and he's in like the beginning, so I was like, okay, he's gonna be one of the main characters. No, he just, not gonna say what happened to him, but it's very questionable whether he's gonna be in the next two. Because he was really cool, because basically, again, spoiler alert if you're gonna read it, but he is he has this binding spell on him from the evil twins that rule White London, and he's kind of made to do their bidding. So he's kind of the antagonist. So he's like sadistic, but also like weirdly charming, and you kind of like him. And it makes you question, like, okay, so if he wasn't bound, like what amount of his personality is actually him, and what is the evil twins? So that's quite cool. But again, he's hardly in it. Like, he's the one cool character, and he's probably in about 20 pages. So yeah, I really wanted to get this off my chest, because it was really annoying me. Because again, like, I bought 2 books from her, so clearly I like her writing style, and she's a good writer, that's the thing, and they're good plots. They're really boring characters, and I absolutely love writing characters, as I've said. So yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Because like the whole big reason why I want people to read The Progeny is because I want people to experience these characters, because like for fictional people, like the only way that they can like kind of be in this world is for people to know about them. And that sounds weird. But you know, but like, do you know when fandoms get like so big that these people feel like actual people? I want that for my characters, like they deserve that, and I know that sounds like I'm being really big-headed, but at the same time, like I feel like my characters are kind of like, there's a separation between me and my characters. Like when I like praise my characters, I'm not praising me, even though that I wrote them. Like I feel like only writers will understand that they're kind of separate entity. So yeah, I just really want people to know my characters and to know what they've gone through, because they go through a lot of stuff. To the point where like even I get really sad about the stuff that they go through in The Progeny. So yeah, I just needed to get this off my chest as a writer and as a reader, that it hurt. Rant over. If you want to buy these books, if you want to read these books, they're good. Like, they have good qualities to them. They're just boring ass characters. What can you say?